I am so excited to make this video because I'm going to be showing off some of the most futuristic and forward-thinking vinyl records that you have ever seen. Check it out. Fonoflo Records is a DIY indie label based out of Colorado, started in 2015 by Nicholas Gagnon. What they do there is they make records that are of the highest fidelity and visual quality that I've maybe ever seen. When I first discovered some of the stuff they were doing, it was all sold out because what they do is they focus on super high quality, low runs of vinyl. That means instant collectability. These aren't just gimmicks though to sell a record that looks weird or cool. The music behind it on all the artists they pick for their roster is incredible. They specialize in bands that cover garage rock to psych rock to folk to alt country. It really expands the whole spectrum of rock and roll. Even though a lot of these are sold out, I got super lucky that Nicholas allowed me to make a video to show you guys how beautiful these releases are, because hey, who doesn't love vinyl porn? Now if you guys are ready to have your minds blown, I'm going to show off 8 of their releases that I think are sonically brilliant and visually even more incredible. Tennessee Jet's Rihanna. It's a classic country album with excellent instrumentation. The acoustic guitar playing on this record just flies off of it directly into your ears. It has excellent fidelity, and that might shock you because this record is liquid-filled. This may be the coolest record I've ever seen in my whole life. This Crow and Coke variant is limited to 20 copies, and it contains real Coca-Cola and a safe, non-flammable Old Crow whiskey mixture. I used to drink Old Crow in college. It is not good. The record labels are actually reflective paper, which is a cool little touch. The Capones Drop the Crown is genre-bending blues rock. It's reminiscent of Interpol at times, at least vocally. This icy emerald variant is limited to 150 copies, and it's actually semi-translucent under light. Tennessee Jet's self-titled Tennessee Jet is amazing, crunchy, bluesy alt country. The first track is actually my favorite track on the album, and it sounds like it could have come from a Jack White project, but the rest of the album is a folkier, more country-esque spread. It actually has a very Bob Dylan feel at times. This beautiful red Stardust version is limited to 15 copies. The B-side label produces a 3D anamorphic illusion when a small cylindrical mirror tube, like a socket, is placed at the center. It also includes a 3D anamorphic fold-out of the full album art. If you hold this record up to the light, you get the full effect of just how gorgeous it is. Worth noting is that Margot Price, who is currently blowing up with Third Man Records, does some background vocals on this album. Brother Oh Brother, Show Pony is some bluesy garage rock, drawing inspiration from early Black Keys and reminds me a lot of the band The Orwells. This second pressing has a screen-printed cover and is limited to 50 copies. This particular release is a split with Romanus Records run by lead singer Chris Banta. George Cessna, Sincerely Yours. This is a very somber country album with a dark and twisted filter over it. It almost reminds me of something that would be on the Flenser, like the Giles Corey project. This one has excellent sound quality, and while they all do, this one stood out to me from a fidelity standpoint. This Beers and Tears variant is limited to 30 copies. It's called that because it's a double concentric liquid-filled record containing salt water and a safe, non-flammable Coors Banquet mixture. There is a mini lyric booklet inside the cover, which was a very nice touch. Riverhorse Opal is a super enjoyable indie folk band, although it's just one guy, Brian Modal. He recorded his album completely from home, which is super impressive, and this package is called Amarillo Skies. This color is limited to 150 copies. It includes one of 6 random postcards, but Nicholas was cool enough to include them all, so you can take a look. Riverhorse on a Windy Tree is the follow-up to Opal. He incorporated a couple other people and became more than just a one-man band. This is Americana with an indie folk vibe. I catch elements of the Decemberists and of Monsters and Men in his music, but it definitely has a very distinct sound. This is a super strong album that is captivating from front to back. This Aurora version is limited to 45 copies on random colors. I think this color is spectacular. This is a split release with Jet Plastic Recordings in Detroit. Reverends' Derealization Blues is excellent psych rock from Atlanta with folky elements at times. This label blowout vinyl is limited to 100 and features pieces of the first pressing's track card blown out within the vinyl. This is one of the coolest records I have ever seen. This record was actually made with the help of Matt Hollywood of the Brian Jonestown Massacre. This is a split release with Fat Elvis Records and was made by the famous Wax Mages in Ohio. The cover is also embellished with spray paint, giving it a really unique texture. Some people might think that phonofilling, as they do, which is putting things inside of the record, would take away from the fidelity. Well, not so much. These records all sound fantastic. First off, I want to give a huge shout out to all the bands I talked about. Thank you for the amazing music. This label introduced me to so many bands that I look forward to following all of their careers and seeing where they go. Also, thank you to Nicholas for being so cool and letting me show off all of these amazing creations that you helped bring into this vinyl world. You are doing exactly what needs to happen with records, and that is transcend people's expectations and bring these experiences that are more than just a great album, but it's a great art piece for your home, for your collection, all of the above, really. This is such a great labor of love that's paying off in spades. Special thanks to Soapbox Films for letting us shoot in their beautiful office. If you want to know more about what they do, links in the description below. So if it's not obvious enough, you should follow Fonoflo on all of their social media, which I linked in the description, because you don't want to miss a single drop. They're putting out records at an alarmingly fast rate for how cool they are, and the limited ones sell so quick, you have to be on top of it. I look forward to seeing what else is in store for Fonoflo this year. If you have any Fonoflo releases, leave a comment and let me know what you think. And if you like this video, I'd like to know what you think in the comments of these records on a visual level, and if you get a chance to listen to the music, which you absolutely should, what you think of the sound. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and new videos every week. Faith Evans, who is the wife of the late great Notorious B.I.G., is releasing a duet album with Biggie. I know you're thinking that's kind of weird because Biggie's dead, but there's a